I just got this book. A person named B Random 15 or something. B Random something. Quoted David Elkins, and I can't remember what we were talking about, but it had something to do with like antinatalism and being and having maintained happiness, I guess. But I got this book because I feel like that I can see the existential position that you are responsible for your own purpose of your life. If you don't have a purpose in your life, then that's your own fault. Which is why I got this. Now, this book is by David Elkins, called Beyond Religion: 8 Alternative Paths to the Sacred, which means basically spirituality. These things are the feminine, the arts, the body, psychology, mythology, nature, relationships, dark nights of the soul. A personal program for building a spiritual life outside the walls of traditional religion. And on the back it says, "Do you long for spirituality without religion?" And this is also important because I've heard Professor Anton talk about spirituality minus a dogma, which I had a problem with a little bit. But now I guess I'm kind of understanding a little bit. But so I've skimmed through it a little bit. I just got it in the mail today. This is the package. Anyway, I guess what I want to talk about here is why I'm reading a book like this, and I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian who believes most things that regular Christians believe. I believe that Jesus died on the cross. I believe that Jesus is in heaven. There is a heaven. There's a hell. There's Satan. I believe in the Holy Trinity. I believe that Jesus died on the cross, rose in 3 days, and went to heaven. I believe that he walked on water. I believe that he healed a man's ear after it was cut off. I believe that he turned a few pieces of fish and bread into many loaves and pieces of fish. I believe all of that, but there's one thing that makes me different from a lot of other Christians. What other Christians do? Well, I'm not trying to glump everyone else in my religion together. I'm just trying to say that a large amount of a lot of people do what I'm talking about here. Now, what I'm talking about here is having this self-righteous, egotistical sense of being or sense of understanding about life, to where they have the right way, and everyone else should take their advice, or you're gonna go to hell. Now, I go to school, and I was walking into class one day or last year, probably like maybe at least 1 or 2 days in the last 3 years of college, and I see this guy holding a Bible where there's a bunch of people around him, and I hear him say, "If you do not get saved, you will go to hell." And I'm thinking, how do you think that you're going to get people converted if you tell them that they're gonna go to hell? Now, that's shoving your beliefs down other people's throats, like they don't know shit. So if I say, "I'm right, you're wrong, I'm smart, you're stupid, take my advice or you'll go to hell," how would you feel? My family has this. My family has this sense of egotistical being, where they feel so self-righteous, where they say to other people, "If you don't become a Christian and get saved, you will go to hell." That is turning people away. And I grew up learned. It actually says in the Bible to go out and preach the word. And I grew up with this self-righteous, egotistical attitude where I have the right way and you're wrong. I'm smart, you're dumb. Take my advice or go to hell. I had that mentality, and then I lost it when I tried that on a few of my family members, and it didn't go well. It did not go well, and I tried it on a few others people's. I was basically alienated from them. I my family, the people, parts of my family who I did this to, wouldn't, were just sort of against the things that I was saying, and were like, how can you tell me that, I'm dumb, or, how can you say that I'm wrong? You're just a little teenager. So I lost that mentality, and I lost the idea of preaching to others, saying I'm right, you're wrong, I'm smart, you're dumb, take my advice or go to hell. I lost that mentality of preaching to others because I've realized that I'm not perfect. I do a lot of things wrong. A lot of other people have good ideas of why they don't believe in God, and if you try to shove your beliefs down other people's throats with the idea that you are the only person that is right, then you will be alienated from people. So that's why I don't do that. That's why I don't preach. What I do, if someone has a question about my beliefs, if someone wants to know more about what I believe, my Christianity, I will gladly tell them. But if someone is a devout atheist, and I say devout because the atheism is a religion. If you are a devout atheist, I'm not going to try to come to your door and shove my beliefs down your throat like I'm Mother Teresa. I'm not going to do that at all. So I'm saying this because I'm going to eventually talk about Elkins, talk about more about the existentialist idea of why if you don't have a purpose for your life, then it's your own fault. Now I'm doing this. I'm going to read this book that says, "Do you long for spirituality without religion?" Is because there are people who have no purpose in their life, and are not going to have religion in their life, at least for a while. So I'm saying that it's not always possible to say, here, take my religion, it'll help you, because it probably will not help them at that time. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm not just trying on the channel. I'm not just trying to, talk about philosophy or whatever. I'm trying to talk about things, mostly about a lot about the philosophy of happiness, and a lot about other stuff like that, because I want to sort of get the idea out there that it's possible to be happy whether you're religious or not. Because here's what I think: if you have a purpose for your life and you are actively doing things, and you are actually feel like you want to get up in the morning, then it's way the hell more possible that you will come to religion. Now, I'm not saying that that's my motive for doing this, but I'm saying that it's my motive because I want people I want people to know more about this stuff. I want people to know more about Epicurus and Nahon and Proust and Epictetus, and I want people to know more of this stuff. And if it happens that they're being more happy as a result of knowing some of this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that I'm gonna help a lot of people here. I'm just saying I'm trying to throw some concepts out there. I'm not trying to act like I'm so awesome or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that if there's more of these ideas out there of spirituality and purposes for your life and all that stuff, then I guess there will be the whole world would be better. I think if we all had a purpose for life and we were just in the least bit happier. So I don't know. This is just why I don't preach and why why as a Christian I'm reading things like this. But and no, this does not go against my beliefs, even though it does a little bit. This will not sway my faith or anything. So I want to explain a couple things before I really get into any of it.